feel like trying the floor when it happens, it's really bad. So, looking at mulligan techniques, if someone's lost elbow flexion or elbow extension, and you've lost your belt, no problem. What you do is this. So they're going to find the barrier is, you're going to mark the point what angle of elbow flexion they can get. You can do it sitting up or lying down. And then we're going to put a lateral glide in the joint. You can do a medial glide in the joint, but it's generally a lateral glide here on the ulna. I'm going to put a lateral glide this way. Now, you might need to come up to have a look at this. I'm just going to hold your arm there for a second. So I'm stabilising the humerus, and I'm getting the ulna in there. If I dig into the soft tissues, that's going to change how everything moves. So I'm going to gently push in there, my hand in that position like that, and create a lateral glide that way. Okay? Do I want a valgus angle? No, I want just a glide. So I'm literally gliding the joint around. And actually, one of you want to cheese for an elbow downstairs so we can kind of do that? If you don't mind, thanks. So, can I run your arm? Can I run your arm? I want this. Come over here. Step into a new career.
Well, I'm delighted that.
Seriously, stop sneezing. Germs.
I realised I drew the elbow in the wrong place. Maybe there you go.
Video of that.
This comes down like that. I love how disinhibited everyone gets towards the end of the year. No one gives a shit anymore, yeah.
Don't germ over me.
So.
Hi, George.
If you come round to that bloody look, won't you?
Smiley face.
Move.
Okay, I've made a bit of a mistake. But basically, that is going to be your humerus, and that is going to be your ulna. Come up there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Like that. So I'm going to put my hand there in the ulna, push it out that way laterally, and I'm going to stabilise the humerus here to create a so basically I'm on two different bones, quite close together, and create a lateral glide. So yeah, exactly. I'm just gliding the joint that way. Yeah. One is stabilising the humerus, and the other one is gliding the ulna laterally. You get it?
So this is the
lateral glide. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Well, no, the opposite kind of that. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now, because we're doing flexion, we're gonna separate process, learning process happening here. We should watch it capture it. Fury. No, yeah. So we're gonna start up here. You could get this angle of flexion before. So now we see if I put the lateral glide on. Can you see what you can do now if we flex? And I'm gonna follow them. Come back. And already you're better. Look at that. You're healing. It's in your head. Your elbow sore because you're obese. Huh?
Are you continuing
I'm keeping a sustained lateral glide because it's a mobilizational movement, so it's going to be sustained lateral glide. You get the idea, you get the mechanics of it? From there, you're doing perfect. Once you get that, you're laughing. Just apply the same thing again, yeah? So, like so, back and back again. And back again, perfect. So that's a lateral glide. Okay, at the end, can he do a little bit of overpressure for the last rep and sustain it? Absolutely, he can, no problem. So, very simple technique. If they're getting kind of impingement or you know what, this is indicated if you've got a restriction of flexion and it's improved with a lateral glide, then you use this technique. Make sense? The same like any mulligan snag, if it's restricted and it improves with this, then the technique's indicated. Perfect. So, provided there are no general contraindications, of course. So from here, to do the extension one, we use this position here. Yeah? So say you can only extend as far as here. I'm going to put my hands here, again stabilizing here, then putting a lateral glide on the elbow there. And try and straighten that out for me as much as you can, like lovely, and bend it again. Keep going. And I'm sustaining my glide. Does that feel pretty like I'm following you almost, is it?
Yeah.
So I literally have to follow his movement. So I got to use my waist and legs almost to follow. And you see the angle my arms are at, so I can create a lateral gliding force in the joint. And lock it right out there for me. Lovely, perfect. The idea? Now could you do that, then come back and do a bit of a biceps release or something like that, then go back and do a bit more? Of course you could. So you mix it in, but it's another way to do that extension mobilization. If you're getting impingement on this, try with the glide and let them do it actively. You'd often get the impingement gone. Make sense? Perfect. You can do a medial glide if that's not working, which is just the opposite. You get me? You are pushing on the radial head, making you a little bit sensitive there. And that's your basic mulligans once there. Now that's two techniques, isn't it? Four, kind of two. Yeah. Will we try it with the belt? Simple. Just to get used to using the belt on it. So you may or may not need a little kind of thin pad. You know, like a seatbelt covers you get in some of those auto stores, you get a seatbelt cover, something like those to sit in there. You may or may not, it depends. If you don't apply too much force, you probably don't. Yeah.
Contraction, the rubber back there.
Certainly can. Lateral glide, well, we can do it this way. Let's start there. Let's start there. It usually that's for the gripping into a tennis elbow. We come back to apply traction. And you could, if you're a really fella, you can apply traction that way. So, but for the exam, this is everything going to happen for the exam, right? This is the stuff you need here. Thank you very much, Dave. Now, when Mike straightens his elbow out, I'm going to be in here like this. When Mike straightens his elbow out, what's going to happen with the angle of the belt? If I go with him this way, am I going to be at a right angle to him? No. So I need to go this way. See that? Sit back that way a little bit there. Straighten out yourself, Mike. Here you go. Does that feel like a fairly constant level of pressure with the belt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we can overpress with this one, which makes it a little easier. You get the idea? And for flexion, I just go with him that way. Just get a little closer there. See where we're at? Lateral glide on through the hips, sustain that. Push it that way. Pretty simple, isn't it?
So are you just stabilising with the other hand?
Literally, that's just staying there.
Yeah.
I've locked it in there, locked it on there, pushed it onto the table. So I want this humerus locked in place, and the lateral glide happens just there, the elbow. Okay, that hurting your arm is okay?
No.
Right. So this way for flexion, and for extension, it's this way here. See? So when you end up here, you still should be kind of at a right angle to his arm. Make sense? Take a few minutes on that. Try it on a couple of different elbows. That last. Because it's about moving your hips and getting in sync with the patients. Yep.